When I think about COVID-19, just takes my mind back to the beginning of March when I spoke at the Exploring Media Ecosystems Conference at MIT. And interestingly, the topic of my talk was forward this to 10 people, the epidemic of health misinformation in Nigeria. And it's so apt because if you look at COVID-19 and the kind of misinformation, disinformation, fake news that go out, and because of that, people are panicking, people are hysterical, and people just want, this thing to end as quickly as possible. Even as far back as March, when I gave that talk at MIT, it was evident from the WHO side of things that there was an infodemic, which means that we have a deluge of information on social media, on websites, some of them true, but most of them are really not true. And again, it reminds me of the quote I saw at the University of Global Health Equity when my cohort visited last year, that achieving equity in healthcare really depends on achieving equity in health education. And this really informs the work that I do as a public health advocate. And since January 2020, I've written 7 opinion pieces on COVID-19, different aspects of COVID-19. These opinion pieces have been published, different platforms globally, within the African continent. Also, I've been interviewed by major news outlets. I've been interviewed by Al Jazeera, the BBC. I've also been interviewed by Forbes. And in all my interviews, what I really try to make people see is that we need to put out the right information to our people. And one major lesson from COVID-19 is that we cannot afford to wait until epidemics happen before we begin to give people the information, because people need to be prepared with the right information so that they can make the right decision when things like this happen. And one other thing that I've tried to do is to show that, look, it is time for the global north to begin to learn from the global south. There are so many things that we're getting right on the African continent, for example. In fact, one of my opinion pieces was on 5 lessons that the other countries can learn from Nigeria's response to COVID-19. So we need to keep putting out information there, and this is what I'm committed to. I've been having series of interviews on TV as well as on radio to keep pushing out the right information and giving people the right tools to make the best decision. Because really, at this point in time, it's also been recognized that the kind of misinformation that goes out is actually much more deadly than the COVID-19 itself, because it causes people to do the wrong things. So this is my commitment. This is something that I'm passionate about. And as a Senior Atlantic Fellow for Health Equity, this is something that I'm committed to, for the long haul, for the rest of my life.